Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. And incomplete to open things up.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is McSorley. That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. He's got McBride here over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
McBride was a standard in the 2022 draft for tight ends. The Mackey Award winner is the best tight end in college. He's the first one off the board when Arizona tabbed him as their future starter at the position. He'll get to learn from one of the best with the Cardinals, Zach Ertz. It appears he already is picking up that first down.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Connor. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Once again, it's Connor, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set at their own 28-yard line. On 1st down, Corral. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 14-0.
Cardinals 14, Panthers 0. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Right back to Hubbard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Switching it up, Corral will throw here.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 38. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 3rd and 1, Corral. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Corral on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early.
Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers have cut it back within a score. Gonzalez able to tackle on the PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. McSorley goes right back to McBride. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. They go play action now with McSorley. Steps away. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off of play action, it's McSorley. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone is in a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now McSorley. This is taken in by McBride. And they do get him down, but not... able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll run here with Conner. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals go up by 2 touchdowns. Prater for the extra point. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Corral. He's got the connection to Moore. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Back deep, the dangerous Pharoh Cooper. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They'll try the left side with Connor. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
McSorley sets to pass. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. Here's Andy Lee now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 23. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And the all-pro safety Budda Baker in on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
And Corral will throw it.
He's going to look deep for more. This is caught inside the 15.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything that they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
Corral sets up play action. Throw left side, going to be caught by Shenault.
Touchdown!
Laviska Shenault.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Panthers have got it back to within a score.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 10. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Here's McSorley to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Connor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. McSorley from the shotgun. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll send Brown in motion right. On 2nd and 10, McSorley. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is McSorley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10. Finds his man on the out route. It's Shenault. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Corral. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
On the counter, this is Hubbard.
And he's got room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to...
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
3rd and long, Corral.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not, it's not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Right back to Conner here on 1st. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
This offense has a lot of weapons, but you know they like to look Connor's way down here near the end zone. He's got that rugged running style, and that's a nice job there to hold it to a short pickup.
They'll try again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. On 4th down, here's McSorley. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass.
And the Cardinals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now up to 14.
Cardinals 28, Panthers 14. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Corral. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. Getting to the ball that time was Jeremy Chinn.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. McSorley. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, McSorley. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
While they're able to come away with the interception, Charles, they aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Corral here working from the gun.
He's got him in. That's Marshall.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Corral's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Corral.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
They'll run a draw now with Hubbard.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Let's go now.
4th down, here's Corral. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Connor going to get it again on second down. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, this from 46. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, here's Corral. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On first down, it's Corral. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying again another day.
Connor going to get it again on second down.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On third down, it's Conner. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be...
Yard line. A gain of 6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Corral with it on first down.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
That's to Marshall on the quick slant. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Okay, ready.
Here's Corral on first down.
They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equanimeous St. Brown.
Corral yet again going to throw it. That caught by Tremble.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Fakes the handoff. Now Corral to throw it. There's Tremble, the tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. He's got room at the 30.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Let's go.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Back to throw, Corral.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the